that up. Square that up. There we go. A little bit better there, no? There we go, a little better. There we go. Now I got the coffee going. Hold on, let me get a coffee, huh? And we'll get this started just a couple, 2-3 hours away. 2 hours, less than 2 hours away from Monday Night Raw. What am I saying? Less than 2 hours. What are we gonna do, right? On 26 minutes notice. That's BC for you. I got a fresh hot coffee from the fine folks at Dunkin' Donuts brewing. It's the only way we can start this off. There we go. Ah, you smell that? Smell-o-vision. You smell that? That's a Dunkin' Extra Extra right there. Hey, how you doing, unit? What's up? I see you guys. How you doing? What's up? How you doing? Good. Very good. Very good. Give me a second. Let me put a little bit of Dunkin' Extra Sugar Extra Cream up in here. If you guys don't mind. It'll take me a little bit of a second here. There we go. Yeah. Magic potion. You see that? Look at that. Boom. Yeah. Magic potion. Look at that. Sizzle. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. What do you think? Put a little bit more. Why not? There we go. That should be good. The winner of this match as a result of a disqualification. That's Howard Finkel. Salute, unit. Let me get a swig of coffee and we got a lot to talk about. How's that? Salute. Ah! All right. Not bad, actually, but I think we could do a little bit better. What do you say? A little bit more extra here. Cream and sugar would be good. Here we go. There we go. All right, let's try that, huh? You get over there. Ah, Maron. Here we go. All right, unit. Now we can get started. Salute. BC, man. Raw's going to be live by the time you get started. Relax. You ain't going to miss anything. Have you heard who's booking these fucking shows? It's still Hunter Hearst Helmsley, doofus son-in-law, as CM Punk calls him. It's still Paul Levesque McMahon. You can't tell by the preview? Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke again. So if you watched Elimination Chamber, if you got up at 5 a.m., and when it was all said and done, your main event was Rhea Ripley defeating Nia Jax because Rhea's from Australia, basically. I don't give a fuck if she's on the moon and WWE had a pay-per-view on the moon. I don't want her main eventing with Nia Jax. You say the difference with Vince and Kennedy McMahon would have been the same, B, so you'd still would have gotten Nia Jax and Rhea. Yeah, the difference is that at least it would be in the middle of the show. Not even Kennedy McMahon would put Nia Jax and Rhea in the main event. No, but because Levesque McMahon loves that type of female anyway, he's probably got a massive crush on Rhea as it is. She's going to be catapulted into the main event, which good for her, by the way, against Nia Jax befuddles me 40-some-odd days before WrestleMania. WrestleMania! And Nia Jax and Rhea's your main event. But because you're not supposed to say anything bad about HHH, nobody blinks an eye, bats an eyelash. Nobody wants to talk about it. Instead, congratulations, Rhea. What a moment. How does that help? How does that help WrestleMania? How does that help any of us giving a shit about anything going forward? Anything. That was your main event at 5 a.m. Do you know what everybody's calling that pay-per-view? Predictable. That was the word going around. I didn't even use that in my review. I was live the whole 3.5 hours. I never used the word, but I totally see where everybody is coming from. That PLE was nothing more than a predictable snooze fest. Thank goodness for the ladies in the Elimination Chamber, because they delivered tenfold. If not for the ladies in the Elimination Chamber, I would not advocate anybody getting up at 5, 6, or 10 a.m. even to watch this. That's Paul Levesque McMahon's booking, though. Let's put Nia Jax and Rhea in the main event, because Rhea's from Australia. I don't give a fuck. Isn't she still supposed to be booked as a heel, by the way? And she is taking on Becky Lynch, who is supposed to still be a face going into WrestleMania. So you're just 50-50 booking your own stars anyway, just to appease Australia. Grayson Waller's from Australia. That doesn't mean Grayson Waller is main eventing. Bronson Reed taken out last second, but they didn't really have concrete plans for Bronson. He wasn't going to main event. Indy Hartwell wasn't main eventing. You could have put that match in the middle. Anyway, that's Paul Levesque McMahon, though. This is what we're going to do. It's going to have nothing to do with the big event upcoming. He's just going to book for the moment and not care about what's to come. WrestleMania 39, Cody Rhodes, the big botch, the audible. We all know about that and how Cody was booked the rest of the year. And then Cody this year. Paul Levesque McMahon has Cody Rhodes going out there and contradicting himself. Every single show, Cody says something, and then he comes out and he contradicts it, and he never explains himself, and Cody Rhodes is booked like such, like a complete idiot. But that's okay, don't worry, because Cody's biggest way he's booked is toward the kids and the families, right? And this is coming from a Cody supporter, but I'll be the first to say they want him to fall in line with like the John Cenas, right? He's booked mainly for the kids and the families, and that way, he doesn't need an explanation. So heck, Paul Levesque McMahon works out like a bandit. But the way he's booked Cody Rhodes to an actual fan that sees what's happening, that is waiting for at least one explanation, like back when he was taking on Brock Lesnar, why is this happening? Why are you saying you don't want to take on Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble, then or at the WrestleMania, and then you're saying, I do want to take on Roman? Just tell us an explanation, right? Triple H now has to tell him, this is what we've come up with. Nothing. So you have all of that debacle. Okay. And then you go to Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax main eventing a show a month before WrestleMania, a PLE. And after the match, nothing happens. Not even Becky coming down for a stare-off. Nothing. Rhea celebrates to her homeland. Yeah! This is WrestleMania season! And then we go to Monday Night Raw, where BC is literally saying, BC and many of you guys are saying, please give us a reason to care about tonight's Raw. Just a reason. After the booking of Paul Levesque McMahon the last half year up front, please tell us that you have something ready for WrestleMania. And I'm telling you right now, the first thing I see is Shinsuke versus Sami Zayn in a rematch. We just saw 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, February 12th. The build was just Sami Zayn talking to Jackie Redmond in an empty arena, and then Shinsuke comes up on the Tron, regurgitating the same setup that he and Cody had, by the way, with his promos on the Tron. But okay, Shinsuke's good at him, let's do it. And then they rushed it to February 12th. They had the match. That's it. We saw it. Shinsuke, I believe, took the W. That's it. And Sami now plays the role of like, damn, I'm on such a losing streak. And maybe that'll turn into something with Gunther, right? He'll turn his luck around and grab the championship at WrestleMania, maybe. But you did it 2 weeks ago. Not like it was 2 months ago, 2 years ago, 2 weeks ago. And this is the match we're getting again. This is like watching your favorite show, and you think it's a new season because they tell you it's a new season. You're supposed to get a new episode, but instead, you're getting the same episode every single week. You're just getting the same shit. If this was Vince McMahon, you would be dragging it. But because it's Paul Levesque McMahon, he gets praised. We're gonna swipe it under the rug. He's under stress, basically. The old man has legal woes. The Rock came back and he was an evil disruptor. Paul Levesque McMahon is trying. His hands are tied, basically. No, we're going to put him on a pedestal when something is done semi-correctly, right? Something semi-correctly. We're going to say, Papa's cooking. He's cooking. To which I always say, what, ramen noodles, Hot Pockets? What's he cooking? Because it's not filet mignon. It's not a tortellini Alfredo. No. At best, it's a Hot Pocket that's still cold in the middle. Even after the 3.5 minutes. He ain't cooking. But when he does something semi-correct, he's cooking. And when it's the debacle after a debacle, after a botch, after a booking botch, after a booking botch, we turn a blind eye. Nobody wants to say shit. Here we are with Sami Zayn and Shinsuke again for the second time in as many weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, the same exact match. At this point, just have Sami in there with a jobber. Luigi Lugnuts, Danny Dipshit Dugenheimer, Fuckwad Fred, I don't care if it's Handjob Holly. Put him in there with a jobber. Let the world remember just how good Sami is by annihilating said jobber, and then afterwards, Gunther takes his dome piece off. Takes him through a table, Imperium brings him to the back, maybe they run him over with a monster truck. I don't know, tell a story. And you can get there by a jobber match. You don't have to sacrifice any of these dudes to take an L. Shinsuke doesn't have to take an L, Sami doesn't have to take an L, and we don't have to watch a match we just fucking watched! Just put him in a jobber match. It would be more exciting if you told me that Sami Zayn was taking on Luigi Lugnuts tonight. That would be worth saying, you know what? Unit, salute. Salute. That would be worth it. Sami Zayn versus Luigi Lugnuts. But you tell me I'm going to get the same fucking match that we saw for 2 weeks now. The same exact match. How is that supposed to get BC or anybody excited? What are you possibly going to say? It's going to be a good match. We just saw it 2 weeks ago, man. That's how I know. Oh, but they say this is going to be even better, man. I have a feeling. And then Imperium. Imperium is taking on New Day again. Guys, we saw this twice in January. I think it was on the New Day, the day one, I should say. Day one, Monday Night Raw. The same event, by the way, that Drew McIntyre took on Seth Rollins, and we're going to get that again at WrestleMania. But that Monday Night Raw, we saw this. And then a couple weeks later, I think it was the 22nd of January, the same match, New Day versus Imperium. And then twice this month, I think one of them was a 6-man tag. They may have added Gable and Gunther to the mix. My point is, I've seen them 4 times on television. And if you went to live events, they were running the circuit together. So how is this a storyline if you're just wrestling and fighting every week? That's not a story. That's not a story. They're just wrestling it. I can watch the same episode of my favorite show every week. Because that's what you're telling me Monday Night Raw still is. We used to say this about Vincent Kennedy. Let's say it about HHH. What do you say? The same match. And you know what they're doing? They're just adding street fight at the end of it, guys. So tonight, Imperium versus New Day will be a street fight. So this will make, right, this will get the crowd really chanting, this is awesome, right? Maybe somebody will go through the Tron, right? And it'll do the little electrical thing, like the Tron goes out, the LED board for a second, and it starts to wiggle. Zzz, zzz, LED board, right? Maybe, do they dare go backstage? Whoa. Could we brawl backstage, maybe? Maybe get away from the ring for 4 minutes, 2 minutes, 26 seconds? Maybe. Street fight. Okay, that's one way to try to tell people this is not a rematch. We swear this is not a rematch. Ozzy Edwards, 13-month membership, by the way. Been MIA for a bit. I started my new job a month ago, and it's kicking my ass. Get that dough, Ozzy. Hopefully you're better at your job than Paul Levesque McMahon is at his job. That's all I'm going to say. Appreciate the 13-month membership. Ozzy, here's to another 13 months with that gold card after your name, man. Salute, Ozzy. I think I also have a 14-monther, I believe. You get up here. Coffee bar is open. There you go. 14-month membership. Is this Anthony Bowley? Yes, Anthony Bowley. Hey, BC, Triple H should be replaced with someone who has a creative damn bone in their body. Much love and respect, BC. Keep shooting those facts and the truth. Anthony Bowley, I appreciate those words. You know I'm going to keep a rocking, Anthony Bowley. I ain't playing around, bro. I mean, this is WrestleMania season. You know, any other time we can let the community tell their little BS stories about how Paul Levesque McMahon is amazing and WWE is so good right now and this is the best era ever and man, the business is booming. When I watch this is absolute clutterfuck shit. None of this makes sense. It's regurgitated. It's rematches. WrestleMania looks like shit. I put up an upload a couple hours ago, guys. I don't know if you know it or not. Just a few hours ago, I put up an upload. Do you realize BC is having to play creative booker? Because WrestleMania is in the shitter so badly, I have to do Paul Levesque McMahon's job. And I'm basically booking his undercard. Check out the upload if you haven't already. It's fucking bullshit. I shouldn't have to do this. I should be able to have my hot coffee and talk to my unit. And just be a podcaster talking pro wrestling. But instead, I gotta be the most knowledgeable son of a bitch in the community and spew my knowledge so that doofus son-in-law can try to get fucking smart again. Anthony Bowley, I appreciate you, brother. Salute. 14 months strong. I believe we only had memberships for about 14 months anyway. Anthony Bowley, one of my first ever Amplified Unit card members. And Anthony Bowley always up in these chats as well, man. You know, there's a lot of individuals that miss a lot of live streams or whatnot. Anthony Bowley doesn't seem to be one of them. So that's what I mean when I say tried and true. Badass, brother. And we got a banger bomb. We got a $50 banger bomb, dude. That's a bunch of coffee being chucked at the channel by the boxes. Ray Hunt. Gold unit, by the way. Gold team. Board of directors. Salute. Ray Hunt with a banger bomb says, can someone tell me how 2 rematch main events at WrestleMania is polarizing television? I think the stress of having creative control is a touch much for Triple H to handle. I think it's time for a changing of the guard. Ray Hunt, there's a lot to unpack right there. First of all, you're getting your flowers up in the chat. Sontivia, I appreciate that. Johnny Thunder, I appreciate that. Alicia, appreciate that. Pimp Jesus, Eric Leno. A lot of love over to Ray Hunt for that banger bomb, man. I appreciate that. A lot to unpack there. Number one, I totally agree when you say changing of the guard. I honestly believe that all McMahons need to be removed. All McMahons. We need to wipe the slate clean. And that includes Paul Levesque McMahon. He's got to go, man. And it's not going to get better. You know, with the whole Vince McMahon legal woes, you guys do realize that Stephanie McMahon and Paul Levesque McMahon knew a lot. You know, damn, if they didn't know any of this was going on, they should not be in any position of power because they are some clueless, dumb fucking idiots. If you didn't know Vincent Kennedy was involved in any of this. Number two, and by the way, did you guys see what Ryback is saying, man? Ryback says he knows that something went down. HHH was abusing some of his backstage clout with Caitlyn. You guys remember Caitlyn? Now, I know it's from Ryback, so take that with a grain of salt, but he's saying that he's got stories, and there's other wrestlers that have stories of Paul Levesque McMahon, and he even name-dropped Caitlyn. But apparently there was other ladies as well. I don't know, man. But the point is, it's a dark cloud anyway with his father-in-law. He clearly, this is not a black and gold Paul Levesque McMahon from years ago. He doesn't have Dusty with him. It's not the same relationship with William Regal and Vincent Kennedy footing the bill like he was every week. This is a shell of what he once was. Creatively, he is as dry as Vince Russo claimed him to be. When Vince Russo said DX would always come up to me with things to do or things to add in, ideas. And he would say, Levesque McMahon would never come up to me with any ideas. So it's as dry as Vince Russo said he is. But we're seeing that, right? Without William Regal's hand in the cookie jar, without Dusty Rhodes establishing these characters, you're seeing this dude try to run 5 hours of television, pay-per-views, and everything in between. And he is doing a miserably awful job. To the point where you have to at least ask the question, is Paul Levesque McMahon, HHH Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the worst booker of all time? You gotta at least ask the question. Is he the worst booker? Some people say, nah, what about Tony Khan, BC? Some people say, what about Scott D'Amore, BC? All that time with TNA and they couldn't really get out of the gutter. Some people say it's Mikey the Moron from the local bingo hall. But you at least have to put HHH in that category now. Is he one of, if not the worst booker of all time? Look at what he did with Austin Theory in that damn miserable cash-in. Look what he did with Cody at 39. Look at the booking of people like Cody all through 23. Look at Cody contradicting himself with no explanation for 4 straight promos. Sethington looking like an absolute dweeb and an idiot. What happened at Elimination Chamber? Predictable is just half the problem. The main event, the other half. And now you look at Monday Night Raw, 40 nights away from WrestleMania. And to which I ask the question, what the fuck are we doing? And you think this is the time to start fucking tiddling around with fucking bullshit like he's fine? He's good, man. He's better than Vince, and that's all that matters. You think it's time to bullshit? Fucking 40 nights away from Mania, and this is the shit we're getting. How about you raise your fucking bar, you raise your standards, and you start telling the fucking truth? This dude is a fucking idiot, creatively. I'd love to be wrong. I'm hoping tonight knocks it out of the park. I will gladly do the Monday Night Raw review tomorrow, and I will gladly talk about everything that was epic, because then maybe I'd be excited for WrestleMania. But for now, this fucking dweeb, this goofy son of a bitch, is parading around Sami versus Shinsuke to sell us on WrestleMania. He's parading Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax to end the show at 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning, and this doofus son-in-law thinks, hey, what if we put Nia and Rhea on the main event? Well, why would we do something that stupid, doofus son-in-law? Well, because Rhea is from here. She's from here. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people are from places they wrestle in. I mean, we can put it in the middle of it's Nia Jax, sir. And everybody knows Nia's not going to get the time. I mean, sir, maybe we shouldn't do that. It's not sir, first of all. It's doofus son-in-law. And I think we should put it in the main event. Because I like Rhea. And that's what we got. You got up at 5 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning to watch that match, and everybody turns a blind eye. HHH did fine. Oh, Rhea, I was so happy for her moment. Her moment. Oh, Nia Jax, man, that was her best match ever, Beasley. The fuck is that saying? It was her best match ever. What the fuck did she took a fucking suplex from the top? She dropped her leg drop. She sat on fucking Rhea, and she attempted to take Rhea through a table. It failed, so she got on a chair. Thank goodness the chair held up, and she dropped the fucking elbow. That's the match! Stop! Do not ever think that BC's gonna lower his bar and standards so that you can spew stupidity. This is WrestleMania season. What the fuck are we doing? Nia and Rhea in your main event at the Elimination Chamber. What the fuck are we doing? Cody Rhodes, every time he touches a microphone, is contradicting what he said before with no explanation. What the fuck are we doing? Monday Night Raw, 40 nights from Mania. Sami and Shinsuke, the same match you saw 2 weeks ago, and that's acceptable. That's fucking acceptable. Could you imagine watching Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, The Wire, Game of Thrones, Friends, Seinfeld, whatever is your show? Could you imagine watching the same episode every single week in primetime? Not just a rerun that's on some secondary channel. You sit down in primetime expecting a new episode, and you're getting the same episode of Breaking Bad every week. You're getting the same episode of Friends. The same episode of The Sopranos. Every week it's the same. That's what you're getting from HHH. When this was Vince, we called it out. When it's HHH, I'm the only one that calls it out. My amplified unit's the only one that calls it out. Why are we the only ones? If the community was more honest, we would have a better product. Everybody's too interested in trying to get a job from this son of a bitch. He's not gonna hire you. Or maybe you got papa issues and you wish he was your papa. Stop. Your papa didn't like you, and more than likely he ain't gonna like you. This is the worst. You want the fucking truth, huh? You came to BC's channel for the truth. Let's be honest, that's what you did, right? Out of everybody you could go to in the community, you came here for the fucking truth, didn't you? Even if you claim you don't like I don't like Baszler, fucking asshole. Even if you don't, you come here because you want the fucking truth. That's what you come here. So I'm gonna give you the fucking truth. You ready for it? This is the worst fucking booking I've ever fucking seen in my entire fucking existence! That's it. That's it. The worst fucking booking I have ever seen. And that's saying something, because I went through the whole I went through 10 years, the last 10 years of Vince and Kennedy McMahon, and that was awful. That was awful. But at least when it was the worst of the worst, you, for some reason, saw what Vince was going for, as obnoxious as it was. Here, this dude doesn't have a clue. He's booking in the moment. He builds Xia Li up for 2 weeks. She takes out Candice. She takes out Indy. You think she's finally in store for this major push. And it was just to set up a quick loss to Valkyria and Becky Lynch. That was it. You come here because you want the truth. That's why you come to this fucking channel, because you ain't gonna get it anywhere. This is the fucking truth. This dude sucks. He hotshot books. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Do you remember them? Do you remember them? Nobody does. They came quick, they had a fucking match, and that's it. They're gone. Right? Remember they had a vignette? You thought, oh, HHH is really going to book them strong. He threw them in a title match just to lose. How do you think they're going to rebound from that? Nobody wants to see that horse shit. I cannot tell you how irrelevant Isla Dawn and Alba Fire are. If we never see them again on WWE television, nobody's going to give a fuck. Everybody hot shot booked. Shinsuke and Cody had something fun going. They threw that right to a Monday Night Raw, middle of Raw, and then they had them face each other 2 more times. 3 fucking times. Run it into the ground, right? We did it once, let's do it twice, let's do it 3 times. Paul Levesque McMahon fears long-term storytelling. He cannot stand it. He does not know how to do long-term storytelling. He's horrible at it. And the ironic part, the funniest part in it all, is that a lot of fans, that's what they give him credit for. Long-term Paul, right? Because he's known for long-term stuff. No, he's not, motherfucker. You think he had this plan with Cody? He was planning on screwing Cody the whole time. The fucking sledgehammer to the throne. The reason for the audible, the night before, this dude could not stomach Cody Rhodes winning that type of a match. I still wouldn't put it past these sons of bitches to have Roman walk out and go for Hulk Hogan's record. Maybe Cody's laying down next to 2 rubber chickens. I gotta tell you, man, Elimination Chamber, the way that it finished, the way that it ended, it was absolutely just fucking atrocious, man. Like, that's not a main event. There was no cliffhanger. There was nothing. The event just ended with Michael Cole saying, "Good night, everybody." Hey, Michael, don't you remember? We're all up at fucking 5 a.m. Good night, my ass. That was like a house show for Australia, maybe. So you have that. You have that. Hey, I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are thanking me in the chat. I thank you. Because that's what my amplified unit is, man. You guys can actually handle the truth. You know the truth. You'd be surprised how many people can't handle it. They can't. They go running, right? We chase motherfuckers away. They go crying. BC's telling the truth. He's so good at this wrestling thing. I don't want to hear it. Earmuffs. La. Triple H is awesome. WWE is amazing. We can't hear this. Elimination Chamber goes off like that. And then we go to Monday Night Raw 40 nights before Mania. And I truly, guys, I was like hesitant to look at the preview. I really was. I was hesitant. Because I was like, oh, please be something that's going to captivate me, man. Just right from the page, right? And sure enough, the first thing I see is Shinsuke versus Sami. And I literally, guys, before even looking it up, I said, didn't we just see this either last week or the week before? And sure enough, February 12th, it was only 2 weeks ago, we saw the same exact match. And Levesque McMahon's just like, let's do it again. It's Mania season. I really want them to feel like it's Mania season. So if we give them rematches, man, and they don't say anything about me anyway. I could literally, I could throw people off the side in the subway station, right in front of a train. I can just throw people in front of trains, and they will say, Paul, that was a good throw. Right? Levesque McMahon knows he can do no wrong to some of these simpletons. He can do no wrong to some of these goofy bastards, the goof troop, I call them in the community. He can do no wrong. So he'll parade these matches, man. How many times can you guys see Imperium versus the New Day? How many times have you seen like Ludwig versus Kofi or Ludwig and Xavier one-on-one? How many times have you seen them in tag matches? Because I'll tell you, it's been 4 times on television. Twice in January, twice in February. 4 times. But tonight it's different because it's going to be a street fight. You might see like a trash can. Maybe even the trash can lid, right? You're going to have the lid, guys. Maybe a kendo stick. Maybe they'll go into the crowd. Maybe somebody's going to go through a table, guys. A table. Maybe somebody's going to go into the LED board and it's going to flicker. Like you almost lost connection to the LED board. Yeah, man, we're going to get it. Maybe they'll go backstage for 2 minutes. Possible. But that's the match, man. Because Levesque McMahon's cooking. This is what I'm told. I'm told he's cooking. He's cooking! Ice cold Hot Pockets! And I don't even... And they have nothing else, by the way. While I was live, I've been live for over half an hour. Is there anything else for tonight's show? That was the only 2 advertised matches, complete rematches from recent. I mean, they're selling you this show on rematches. So I don't even know if anything else has been put out there, guys. You got to believe that Rhea and Becky will have like a face-to-face promo, because why start a real story, right? Why have something that's going to be memorable and fun? No, they're going to be in the ring and they're going to say words to one another. That's what will happen, right? Seth and Cody will be on hand. Seth and Cody will be talking about how they have to stand together against Roman and Rock so we can get that nonsensical tag team match at Mania. Yeah, that's what we want to see, man. 40 years of WrestleMania. Seth and Cody in a tag team. Yes, please. This is bullshit. Mania season, even under Vincent Kennedy, was always at least fun, right? Last year around this time, the Bloodline storyline was rocking, bro. And even the night 1 main event, even with Sami and KO and the Usos, it felt like a main event because the story was so good. Roman and Cody, you knew it was time for Roman to finally drop the title and Cody was going to go on to some epic shit. You were hoping anyway. That was the thought process. The undercard looked pretty damn good. Even while Vinnie Mac is banging out paralegals and people from his apartment complex, even when he's fucking tied up in his office or tying others up in his office. He somehow is putting together a Mania season we gave a shit about. Levesque McMahon, I don't know. All kidding aside, I don't know what this is. I've never seen booking this bad for World Wrestling Entertainment. And again, I've seen 10 years of Vincent Kennedy. It's like short-term memory booking, like 10-Second Tom. What was the movie with 10-Second Tom, guys? Was that with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, 50 First Dates, or was that a totally different movie? But do you guys remember 10-Second Tom? Hi, I'm 10-Second Tom. He'd introduce himself, and then if 10 seconds ran up, he would reintroduce himself. Hi, I'm 10 seconds. I'm Tom. I don't think he called himself 10 seconds. That's what they called him. Hi, I'm Tom. Hi, I'm Tom. Hi, I'm Tom. And he'd go around 85 fucking thousand times. Levesque McMahon is doing this seesaw booking that is helping nobody. What the fuck did he do with the women's division? Xia Li, you went to build her up. You brought her up a yard, and then you took her back 76 yards. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn and Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. More damaging than anything. Shinsuke has spurt booking, I call it, right? Because it's in spurts. This little thing just for a Monday Night Raw match with Cody, and then he has this little thing with Sami for a couple. What is that? This is nothing for your pay-per-views. It's like pay-per-views don't even matter to this fucking guy. And it's also like the television shows don't matter to this guy. It's faces and heels don't matter to this guy. Put two faces in there, have them put on a 7-star match. Damn it, Meltzer, give them 7. And then have them shake hands. Mutual respect. Put two heels in there. Who gives a shit? Guy hasn't a clue what he's doing. So it's about time we have to ask the question, is HHH the worst booker of all time? The question now has to be asked. Ray Hunt, again, I gotta give a big thanks for that 50-spot banger bomb. The banger bombs, they stay up at the top of the screen for a while in this big red color coding scheme. So I'm constantly seeing it. So I do, man, this is just a preview 2 hours before Monday Night Raw, now 1 hour. So that's never needed, always appreciated, man. Ray Hunt, I got to give you a big thanks again, dude. That's next level, bro. 187, how do you screw up Roman and Rock? Well, you listen to a lot of goofballs, man. That's the best I can tell you. The same ones that say that Cody should not win last year because he needs struggle and adversity. Let's keep the title on Roman for an entire year more. Yeah, let's listen to that group. That makes a lot of sense. And then what happens is they find the BC channel, and I'm supposed to say the same fucking things that maybe other people they listen to say. I'm supposed to fall in line with the community, right? Because if I get out of line, oh no, man, I can't do that. We're all supposed to be in lockstep so we can have the narrative. No, you come to this channel, you're not going to get the same regurgitated bullshit you listen elsewhere because I'm too smart for it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm too fucking smart for this game. Think I'm gonna sit here and say Cody shouldn't be winning last year because he needs struggle and adversity? Are you a fucking stunad? Do you realize what you're saying? You're saying Roman should hold the belt for another entire year, and you're putting the stock and faith that WWE is gonna do right for the next calendar year by Cody. And of course they didn't. Hold on real quick, man. Before I even end this too. There's a few other things I want to talk about too, but I want to make sure I got my supers, man. I know there were some other supers, but I had to give Ray Hunt big props on that banger bomb. But also Colin started us off with a 5-spot call feed. Colin says, BC, I cannot take the Triple H defenders. They're completely gone in their head and never give this dude any accountability at all. No, it doesn't end because it's the journalist that they read or the reporters they listen to, or content creators, podcasters, right? They constantly blow smoke up HHH's ass. So then that audience regurgitates the bullshit, and they go elsewhere and they find other channels and they're like, Triple H is amazing. And they don't realize you're in the wrong motherfucking place for that shit. Nah, we don't play that here. But don't even. Colin, the best thing to do when you see that type, I've taught you this for 5 years. I've had this channel. When you see that type of stupidity anywhere, not even outside of wrestling, you just get the fuck away from that shit. That's not even worth your time. Feel bad for them. They have to be in existence of that stupidity. They gotta live with that stupidity. That's pretty sad. So just be thankful and move on, Colin. Dave Mealy, 10-spot coffee, a cup of coffees from Dave Mealy. What's funny is that the IWC will fall for anything. They are pushing the We Want Liv right now. But weren't they the same people who were booing her a month after her last title reign? Is that a new thing on the social doohickey machine? Is it hashtag We Want Liv? What happened to Liv, guys? She had a good Elimination Chamber match. She was never going to win it. And on top of that, she still might be added to Becky and Rhea. So I don't understand why everybody is crying about Liv. What happened to Liv? She's been booked fine. She just got back a few weeks ago. She was inside the chamber. She defeated the woman that was getting cheered the most, Tiffany Stratton. I don't understand. Why is Liv, what happened to their booking of Liv is fine. That's the one thing Levesque McMahon didn't do any wrong in, I feel. Oh, they wanted her to win the EC, the elimination. That was always going to be Becky, though, because they already set that up at WrestleMania's press conference. So I didn't expect Liv to actually win that, but to defeat Tiffany Stratton and have a really good showing, they made Liv look really strong. See, this is what I mean. And once you crack and cave under the pressure and you change the Rock Roman main event and you give them Cody, they're not going to stop now. They're just going to keep going, wow, this is great, man. If I can take my hand out of the Dorito bag and my other hand out from underneath my pants, I'm going to say we want Tozawa. We want Tozawa. Come on, Tozawa needs to be in the main event. That's right, put Tozawa in the main event. Because the hashtag clearly says we want Tozawa. How dare you not listen, HHH? You damn doofus son-in-law. Dave Mealy. Perfectly said, dude. Appreciate the coffees, and I appreciate your common sense and logic more than anything. Dave also with a 5-spot coffee. Dave Mealy says, Bill Watts is probably thanking God that Triple H is worse than he was. And Bill Watts once had a tag team called the Ding Dongs. There's infamous stories, Dave Mealy, as I'm sure you know most of them, of Bill Watts. There was a whole little mini doc on it, actually. I don't even know if it was a sanctioned doc, but yeah. But now, Dave, I think it begs the question, can we now put Paul Levesque into that category? I think it at least deserves to be a discussion. I say yes. But good call on Bill Watts. Oh, the stories that have been told. Stegmeister's up in here. Ash Steggles, the Stegmeister with a 10-spot double coffee. I'm going to happily miss Raw tonight. Would rather be playing in the middle of the road, as that would be more entertaining than Raw. It would be, Ash, and it would be more entertaining for all of us, actually. I mean, not saying that we want you to get hit or anything, but that would probably be better entertainment. Seeing Stegmeister play Frogger in the middle of the road. Don't get hit, Stegmeister. But if you do, that's a badass cliffhanger, right? Did Stegmeister make it? But Stegmeister playing Frogger in the middle of the road would easily be better than the 3 hours we're about to get. Stegmeister, I'm glad you caught the stream, man, on 26 minutes notice. And I appreciate all the support on that live stream for the Elimination Chamber, man. That's a way to kick it off at 5 o'clock in the morning. Cassandra Love with a 2-spot. We are getting government-issued tissue. That could mean so many things, Cassandra. I appreciate you. Oh, man, you guys. Prime Killer, 2-spot. Is there going to be a Hall of Fame this year? I doubt it. I didn't even touch on that. I touched up on it last week, Prime Killer. Last week, I touched up on it. Guys, we're 40 days away from WrestleMania. Just over 5 weeks. We don't even have one name for the Hall of Fame. At this point, they're probably just going to name off the whole class. Batista, Regis Philbin, Bray Wyatt, Chyna by herself, and maybe Miss Elizabeth, Lex Luger, who knows? They'll just name everybody. They deserve their own talking point, man. They deserve their own discussion. They deserve their own water cooler talk. You know what I mean? They deserve their own section of the show, and then the next day we all talk about it. I mean, especially if you're going to have like Batista and Bray Wyatt, man. You just don't ring off those names like you're naming off opponents in a 6-man tag match. So, no, I don't even think there is a Hall of Fame. They announced it. The tickets are sold. It's supposed to be right after SmackDown, guys. So it's going to be SmackDown from 8 to 10. And then at 10 o'clock, the ring crew is changing everything. And a little after 10, they're going to go ahead and have the Hall of Fame right in the same venue. That's how it's being advertised. But until we even hear a name, man, we just need one name. In years past, before the Rumble, we would get names. Durante, is that a real thing? Cody versus Grayson Waller tonight? Is that a real... Wait, isn't Grayson Waller on SmackDown? So are they doing that just because of what happened at EC and now all of a sudden the brand split doesn't even matter even more? Because it hasn't mattered for years anyway. Paul Levesque McMahon truly does not care about a brand split. But is that a real thing? Not that you didn't see it correctly, but if I could just get any confirmation on that, please. Because that absolutely makes zero... Because that'll just set up a tag match, right? Austin Theory and Grayson, either tonight, off of the one-on-one, or next week. So because Roman doesn't show up, and The Rock was supposed to be a specialty with Roman anyway, to sell Cody Rhodes and Roman, you're just going to get a bunch of Grayson and Austin Theory matches, guys. Joseph Ramos and Juan. Christopher. Franklin from Florida. All you guys are saying that there is confirmation on this. So this makes zero sense, and this tells you this is the game we're going to play for weeks, guys. This is what we're going to play to excite you for Cody and Roman, and Cody and Seth versus Rock and Roman. To get you excited every week, you're going to see Grayson Waller and Austin Theory in action against Seth and Cody. Singles matches, tag matches. That's why you saw Austin Theory doing an impersonation of The Rock at Elimination Chamber, guys. Because they want you to, when you think The Rock, you think Austin Theory and vice versa. So that's why Cody's got to get his hands on him. This is the dumbest fucking booking ever. But no, we'll sit back, we'll praise this shit, man. We won't even ask questions like, why is Grayson over on SmackDown coming over to Raw in an actual match taking time from Monday Night Raw? We're not going to ask any of that shit. We're not going to ask, right? Maybe Adam Pearce. Maybe they'll actually take 10 seconds to explain it, right? Maybe they'll care enough. Maybe Adam Pearce will be like, yeah, on the phone. Like, thanks, Nick. Thanks for allowing me, Grayson. After what happened at the Elimination Chamber, I really feel like the fans deserve this. You know, maybe. Still won't justify this. But it'll show that they at least thought how stupid this is. Because most of the time, we don't even get an explanation. Wow. Anything else that you guys are... I mean, you just told me Cody and Grayson Waller. And instantly, I was like, yep, that sounds about right with Paul Levesque McMahon. What else? Give it to me straight. What's the ladies' match tonight? I would love to know. It's either going to be a rematch or something completely nonsensical. DeMonte, Akash, everybody got cooked by The Rock. This part-timing, aging, broken, evil, sabotaging son of a bitch came back and he showed everybody how to do the microphone work. He slaughtered them all verbally. And then he took off and he was the talk of the town. He just sold out SmackDown this Friday. Glendale, Arizona is completely sold out once The Rock was advertised. He diced up everybody on the mic, and nobody can light a candle. I'm waiting for Seth to unload. I'm waiting for Cody Rhodes. They got nothing. So, what do you want to talk about? So, Southern California, Monday Night Raw. What do you want to talk about? So, everybody, what do you want to talk about? That's all we're going to get. And Sethington, with his high fucking pitched, nasally ass, whiny ass fucking pitched voice, he's gonna be fucking going at it. The revolutionary, the visionary, the sanitary, the missionary, the intertwining binary, the exceptionary, the winery. Sounds like a pop to me. Seth Rollins. Oh my, this is nauseating. Nauseating. This is not fun. This is not entertaining. If it is to anybody, that's fine. Find a channel that will jerk off all of this booking. Because there's plenty. Because you just done came across the one that refuses to. When you come across the amplified channel, the bar in the standard is higher than that. Fuck! A whole month of Cody and Seth promos. So, what do you want to talk about? I know, Cody! I'm the revolutionary! The visionary! And you really wonder why a lot of us wanted The Rock back? Because he fucking gave us a pulse? He gives these shows a fucking pulse? Even the crowds that supposedly are booing him, watch his entrance. Their jaws are dropped and their fucking camera phones are locked in. They're in awe of this son of a bitch. Within 4 minutes, they're chanting the dude's name, forgetting they were just saying Rocky sucks. We're on fire right now, dudes. Amplified unit, we're on another level right now, brother. We always are, but this is WrestleMania season, and it looks like we're the only ones that are we're gonna raise the bar, guys. Such is, right? You know, you hope that other people wake up, they realize, right? But nope, everybody's just going along like this is all normal. Like this is a fun WrestleMania season. Like this is so much fun, right? They're trying to convince themselves, right? I'm just gonna try to enjoy wrestling. What are you fucking enjoying? This is repetitive garbage. Oh, what do you want to talk about? And this is coming from somebody that likes Cody. If you follow the channel, every time everybody was dogging him out, AEW or WWE, I'm the one who said Cody or bust at 39 when everybody else was like struggling on wrestling. Cody shouldn't win. I support Cody, but fuck, that dude can be a little much and a little redundant. His fucking smiling all the time with his little fancy 5 pieces and his, what do you want to talk about? Man, let's get a little bit more gritty. Let's act like you actually got screwed out of 39. Let's act like Rock literally smacked the taste out of your mouth. Let's act like you're being booked to look like a clown, contradicting yourself without explanation every show. Instead, he comes out like a fucking goofball every show. Like the last show never happened. Smiling. So, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about how much I'm being booked like a goofball? I don't want to talk about that. I want to fight Grayson Waller. What do you mean he's on SmackDown? No. If I just blink and open my eyes, they'll play his music and he'll be on Monday Night Raw. And sure enough, because it's WWE and nothing makes sense and there is no brand split, you close your eyes, you fucking open them, and there's Grayson Waller in a WWE ring having a match, which is going to happen tonight with your rematch of Sami Zayn and Shinsuke, and your rematch of New Day and Imperium, and your rematch of probably 2 or 3 other contests. Thank you for $1.50 on the ups. I totally forgot to mention that 54 minutes into this son of a bitch. But I appreciate that. I know a lot of you guys totally forget about it, as does BC, but smash that up, help out the algorithm. Probably should have said that long ago. It is what it is. I had a lot to say, and still do. Courtney Ward with a 5-spot coffee and a 2-spot coffee, by the way. Courtney, salute. Let me give you a proper salute. Well, let me read these super chats, and then I'll give you a proper salute, Courtney. 5-spot coffee. The story now is Cody versus Rock, and Roman is just around now doing nothing. The finish the story, end quote, is nothing but a catchphrase now. Courtney, perfectly said. Every other wrestler is now making fun of it. They're talking about their own story. Or, oh, it's my story with a laugh. You know, like it's a joke. Cody doesn't even really want to talk about it anymore. And as far as the story is now Cody and Rock, that's what I'm saying. Night 1, forget this stupid tag team match. Just have Cody versus Rock. Rock was going to face Roman anyway. So Rock can have the one-on-one bout. But no, we'll get this stupid tag fucking match. And Courtney also says that people turned on Liv because of SummerSlam match 2022. Yeah, that's when Liv Morgan... Dave Mealy, I think, was the one, maybe, I believe, right? Was it Dave who mentioned Liv Morgan? And fans that are now saying we want Liv were the same ones that booed her and said she's got to go back to NXT. Yeah, that was around the Ronda Rousey matches, I believe. And I couldn't believe that was the time where she was putting in her best work ever. Liv Morgan was getting better by the hour, by the minute in that ring. And for some reason, the crowd completely turned on her once she got that title. And those matches with Ronda, and it was just bad. And I was like, what the you quit on her that quickly? That quickly you turned on Liv Morgan? Courtney, exactly right. Liv Morgan has always been this good. She continues to get better and better. And these hashtag movements are now just people trying to get a little bit of clout or attention. I don't know. The Cody Rhodes thing now emboldened them to do it more for Paul Levesque McMahon. Now they're trying to tell Paul Levesque McMahon how to book. So if Levesque McMahon was not horrible already, now he's got a bunch of fucking goof troop after him in the assembly line trying to book these shows. So you have Paul Levesque McMahon and the goof troop trying to book WWE. Courtney, salute. Jimmy Fingers! What up, Jimmy Fingers 19? 1019, a couple of coffees over to BC. I appreciate you, Jimmy Fingers. Good to see you up in here, man. Jimmy Fingers 19 says, BC, do you think there is any chance that Brian Gerwitz beseats Paul Levesque in creative? If Poop still keeps hitting the fan on that family, could be an improvement. At this point, I'll take Brian Gerwitz in a fucking heartbeat. Print it up, Meltsy boy. Print it up, reporters, journalists. Brian Gerwitz in a heartbeat. Over any McMahon. All McMahons need to be removed. They all have a hand in Vince McMahon shit anyway, because they all knew something. We all know that. Regardless of what Ryback is now saying, that he knows that Levesque McMahon abused power with the former WWE superstar Caitlyn. The details on that, I don't even care. If he knows something, if Paul Levesque McMahon has been abusing his power, or when he was behind the scenes, that's a whole nother story. But just the McMahons in general need to be removed because they're no longer good. Paul Levesque does not produce good television. He's lost. So why is he here? And if you think that Vince did all this shit and him and Stephanie and they all knew nothing, stop. They've been covering up their fucking tracks from day one. That's why Stephanie left long ago. Otherwise, she would have left right when her daughters were born. No, this WWE thing's in her blood. She knew things, and when shit hit the fan, she did not want to go down with the ship. Jimmy Fingers 19. That's a long-winded answer, but yes is my answer. I will take I'll take The Rock. I will take The Rock booking WWE over Paul Levesque McMahon any fucking day, twice on Sunday. Because we might get an entertaining show! Who knows? The Rock and Stone Cold used to have so much fun. I just brought it up the other day, right? Remember the Stone Cold and The Rock throwing a rock through Stone Cold off the bridge, remember? Was it Stone Cold that threw the title off the bridge and then The Rock threw Stone Cold off the bridge? That's when it was fun. You were telling stories, man. Get away from the ring and have fun with this wrestling thing. The Rock and Stone Cold are on a bridge on the far end of town. It's dark. It looks foggy. And Stone Cold is meeting The Rock on a fucking bridge. And you get a cliffhanger of Stone Cold falling all off the bridge into the water. Good night, everybody. Nobody's telling you good night. You just fade to black. Come on, man. Whatever happened to those shows? I tell you, man. That's when it was good. Now you just have match, promo, match, promo, match, promo, match. Michael Cole, good night, everybody. See you next week. Go online and tell everybody how amazing this show is. Yes, Jimmy Fingers 19. That was a very long-winded answer, but I appreciate the coffees, man. Appreciate the super chat. Seeing you up in here, man. DB for life with a 10 spot. Couple of coffees from DB for life. 10 spot. At this rate, the WWF in the mid-90s is better than this. I'll take Duke the Dumpster Drosy, Doink the Clown, Waylon Mercy, the Body Donnas, and the Lex Express. At least the company actually cared. And give me back Vince Russo. Bro, I didn't even think of that. I'm not even joking when I say I will take Vince Russo over this shit. Even if you think it would still be garbage, man, entertaining garbage. Or at least make you fucking go, whoa. No. Not just sit there trying to make sense of it. Bro, you talk about Duke the Dumpster Drosy, Doink the Clown, Waylon Mercy, the Lex Express, Lex Luger. Do you realize what they all had in common? They were actually fucking characters we could care about. I'll take Lex Luger, fucking body slamming Yokozuna on the Intrepid on the 4th of July. Anybody remember that? Because I do, because it's a memory that's instilled because it was epic. I remember the character of Waylon Mercy. A lot of people, Bray Wyatt included, said that that was a big inspiration to the Bray Wyatt character. Waylon Mercy was badass to another level. So yeah, anyway, my point is DB for life. I'll take the fucking mid-90s, which got panned by a lot of people, over this shit, heartbeat. Angels, Scratch Show. BC, you forgot the doggy style RE, LOL. Oh, for Seth Rollins' promo? The Visionary! The Revolutionary! The doggy style RE! This dude and his promos. I appreciate he tries. I do. Seth is so good in the ring. And he tried to put on some wacky clothes. He got a sing-along song. And he's hoping that got him over. And it did, man. They sing his song. But I see that Seth is uncomfortable with it all. I see that it's forced. That's not Seth. It's so forced that he loses his character. Half his character is like a Joker. The other half is just serious Seth. I don't know what the fuck Seth Rollins is. A lot of time lately, he's serious, but dressed up like an absolute goofball. Angel Scratch Show. Salute. Miles Angel with a 20 spot, bro. A 20. That's a bunch of coffees being checked at the channel by Miles, so I got to give a salute before I even read this. Miles, I appreciate you, man. Worst Mania season I've ever witnessed. Even Stevie Wonder can see how bad this is. Miles Angel, I got to give you another salute because exclamation point on that super chat, bro. Miles, that's all I'm going to say on it, dude. You nailed it. Exclamation point. Stevie Wonder himself could see this, and anybody that thinks that this is a really good Mania season and that Levesque McMahon is just cooking, you're either lying to yourself or your bar is so low. I could never even welcome you on the channel. I could never have you as an amplified unit member because it just wouldn't work. Our standards are too high. We want a really good product. We don't even want subpar. And this isn't even subpar. So, Miles, appreciate you big time, man. 20 spot, bunch of coffees. And more than anything, logic and common sense from Miles. I appreciate you big time, man. Carlos caught a stream with 26 minutes of notice an hour before Raw. Carlos Reyes, salute, bro. 10 spot. Took a couple of coffees, by the way. And Carlos, thanks for being with BC live on Saturday morning, man, for the Elimination Chamber. Carlos says, BC, not to change the subject. It's all good, Carlos. What do you got? But did you see on Fox News, Dave Bautista offered a reward for the person who threw 3 puppies out of the window of a car? Salute. Carlos, are you fucking... I don't want to hear that, man. That is absolutely... that is one of those things. You put him... AEW locker room, WWE locker room, the local state penitentiary, wherever the fuck. You put him in there with a lot of badass sumbitches, and you have that son of a bitch get beaten within an inch of his life. And then when there is that inch left, you decide if you should take that son of a bitch. Because where I come from, it's a motherfucking death sentence. You a tough guy to smack around a puppy or throw a puppy. You could be a tough guy to a real-life son of a bitch that will snap you in .02. I don't want to hear shit like that. Salute, Carlos. Good for Batista for offering that reward, but I want more. I want more. That motherfucker shall pay relentlessly. Hell hath no fury. Absolute bullshit. Carlos, salute, bro. And I know, got a couple dogs yourself, man. I know you know. That's La Familia. You don't fuck around with that shit. Let me go up. No, I missed a few. David Raids, $13.99. A few coffees being chucked at the chat. David, I appreciate you, man. David Raids. You are so right, BC. Keep up the great work. Love the channel. David, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the kind words, but more than anything, I appreciate that you can handle this channel, because you'd be surprised how many people we have run away crying. Like, they thought they were going to get a nice little cozy wrestling channel, and they realized, whoa, we have demands. We have standards, man, for our wrestling. So, David, I appreciate the fact you could take the amplification and rock out, man, and even show that level of support. So, I don't know if you're still up in the chat, David. I appreciate you, man. So, I appreciate the words, but I appreciate that you're a part of the channel more than anything. David, let me give you a proper salute. I love hearing shit like that. DB for life, 10 spot, couple of coffees. Honestly, if Cody loses again, he's finished. Because where do you go with him? Plus, there's more stuff coming out with Ashley Mazzaro. So all of the VKM cabinet needs to be gone. Yeah, at this point, it's a wipe. Just get all the McMahons out, man. I could see if Levesque McMahon was like adding something special or of value, but he's not. He's doing the same thing Vince did. He's just playing to his favorites. Everybody else is oddly booked. You got rematches galore. You don't even have a participant for the Hall of Fame announced. WrestleMania season is in the fucking shitter, to the point where a few hours ago, I had to put up an upload doing Triple H's fucking work. I had to book the undercard because this dude doesn't care. So, DB for life, just get rid of the McMahons and start afresh. I don't care if it's a Vince Russo, a Brian Gerwitz, or The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I don't care, but the McMahons are doing nothing right now but sabotaging their own fucking product. Had I known in advance, by the way, that Rhea and Nia Jax would main event the Elimination Chamber just a few weeks before Mania, and that the end of the match would just be it, the pay-per-view would go off the air just like that, I don't know if I would be live for it, guys. I don't. Because I couldn't support utter trash like that. And by utter trash, I mean the booking of Paul Levesque McMahon. Derek Fleming Jr., 2-spot coffee, will be live to see Sting's last match. At this point, dude, it can only be more entertaining than anything Levesque McMahon will give you live. So Derek Fleming Jr., enjoy that. That's a piece of history. When I started watching wrestling over 30 years ago, Sting was in a promotion that wasn't well known at the time, WCW, before Nitro and all that, before they were popular. Big Van Vader, Cactus Jack, Barry Windham, those wrestlers. Lex Luger was just coming in. And Sting, man, he was a surfer at that point. Colorful. It wasn't like the Sting you see now. He had blonde hair, beach blonde hair like Cody Rhodes, face paint. He had just separated with the Ultimate Warrior. They were a tag team, Sting and the Warrior. The Blade Runners. And then they were going to be the Dingo Warriors, but then Warrior became the Dingo Warrior and Sting went over to W. It's a long story. Point is, I've been watching Sting for decades, and this guy is like Jericho and many others. They reinvent themselves. And, when he reinvented the Crow Sting to take on the NWO in the late 90s, everybody said, what are you doing, dude? You had a character that worked. Like, why would you turn into this? And he turned that into something you could easily say is more popular than Surfer Sting. So anyway, I could go on and on. I'm a historian of pro wrestling. I just love, just talking. I could go hours just talking about back in the day. But, yeah, was that Derek Fleming Jr.? Hold on, let me get that back. I lost the screen. Hold on. Yes, Derek Fleming Jr. Enjoy that. That's all I'm going to say. I'm guessing you're a bit younger, so you don't remember that much about Sting in the past, but just know that you're witnessing one of the most legendary careers ever come to an end. So really enjoy that, man. Ron C, 23, two-spot coffee. BC is amped. We got to have better than this. Woo! Ron C, 23 is a Charlie Flair fan. Salute, Ron C, 23. Hey, Ron C, 23. And you are right. BC is fully amplified. I'm probably on my 16th coffee, by the way. And that was before I went live, so this would be 17th. So there you go. Ron C, 23. Charlie Flair is doing a lot of interviews. She's posting a lot on the social doohickey machine. She's telling you she's way ahead of schedule. Who reported that was her goal from the jump? BC did. The report that I was getting is that she wants to pull an Aaron Rodgers, kind of like a Hail Mary return. Don't be shocked if she does something at Mania. Not have a match, but don't be shocked if she does something at Mania. So you might be even more happier there, Ron C23. Appreciate you, brother. Franklin from Florida, the man they called Sting. Do you remember the theme song, bro, for Surfer Sting? Because those were the lyrics. He's a man called Sting. Man called Sting. Man called Sting. He's a man called Sting. That's an old theme song. Late 80s, early 90s, something like that. That's wild, bro. And then Tony Schiavone, man, that legendary, this is Sting. He still does it to this day over in AEW. Tony Schiavone, he's legendary too, bro. I love Schiavone. I'll make sure I'm getting everybody here, guys. I'm fully amplified, so there's a lot of, I'm hoping I'm not missing a lot of membership chats for sure. Mr. Big 200, 13-month gold channel membership. 13 months. Mr. Big 200. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'll even take Vince Russo back. Heck, WWF in 95 was better than this. I'll take Vince Russo in a heartbeat over what we're getting today. This is as bad as I thought it could get with Levesque McMahon. The only problem now is, does it get even worse with Levesque McMahon? And as far as 95 WWE, that was a rough one. I can't say that this is any better in 2024. So, yeah, I'm in full agreement, Mr. Big 200. I appreciate the 13-month membership, bro. Salute. Ron C23 is a 13-month member as well. Woo! That Charlie Flair woo, Ron C23. I tell ya. What up, BC? I wish you was the booker for WWE. Rocket to the moon. Yeah, that would be... Well, I wouldn't have to answer to Vinnie Mac now. I wouldn't have to deal with HHH's stupidity. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you get rid of all the McMahons, I'll consider doing some work for WWE. How's that? And I'll start booking these shows the way they should be booked. Ron C23, 13 months strong. Salut. It's so good I got all my main channel members here, bro. I see a lot of gold card unit. My peeps, Scott McMinn, Mr. Big, Jack Brewer, Stegmeister, James Shrimp Fajitas. A lot of gold card up in here. Very good to see, man. Gotta make sure I'm getting all of my, if I missed any channel membership chats, all apologies. They don't show up sometimes fully. They'll stay up for about 2 minutes. John Gray, 13-month channel membership. BC, let's give HHH a new job. Stacking marbles on the freeway. He'll find a way to screw that up, bro. Cause an absolute wreck on the interstate. Fucking cars going over the bridge collapsing. It's anarchy. And the only man standing like, what, and I knew that? It's not Steve Urkel, it's Paul Levesque McMahon, right? There's fire and brimstone, cars are shattered, human beings are crawling, it's like doomsday. And Levesque McMahon is standing there with marbles. Then I knew that. So him doing any type of job right now, just go home, be Papa H to your daughters and have a great, great time. You got millions in the bank. Enjoy yourself. Eat filet mignons during the night. Play with the kids in the morning. Do some sexy business with Stephanie during the day. Have a beautiful life. This wrestling thing, it's weighing on Paul Levesque McMahon. He's just not good at it anymore. John Gray, salute, 13 months strong, bruh. Headed toward 200 on the ups too, man, in just over an hour of recording. And I forgot to even mention, I mentioned it one time in this entire stream. I should have been better at that. But let's get that over 200, because if BC's amplified, I'm damn sure hoping you guys are fully amplified. Go Jackets, 11-month membership. Go Jackets. It just feels like we are gearing up for another WrestleMania. With this horrible booking, the fans deserve better. And I'll do you one better, Go Jackets, because I fully agree. The fans deserve better, but the talent deserves better. I cannot tell you how many wrestlers, truthfully, this past week, in interviews, a lot of it in Australia, when asked about their plans for Mania, you want to give a loose answer, maybe not give everything away. They literally have no idea, guys. They have no idea what they're doing for Mania 5 weeks out. That's horrible, man. The talent deserves better than this. Go Jackets. Salute, bro. 11 months strong from Go Jackets, by the way. Appreciate you big time. Jordan with a 2-spot coffee. Triple H's brain cells didn't migrate from NXT, it seems. Jordan, this dude, I say this all the time like a broken record, but I'll give you the condensed version, right? What everybody props up HHH for, most people, it's because of the black and gold days, right? That's what everybody gives them the most credit for. You have to remember, that was on Vincent McMahon's dime. Vince has never made a dime off of NXT. To this day, NXT pulls in 600,000 viewers. You think they're making money? Do you think this new cable deal with the CW is bringing in WWE net worth? Just like Tony Khan admits, they still are not making profit. AEW, NXT, they don't make profit, guys. The new TV deal doesn't make them make profit. The business doesn't work that way. So Vince was losing money the entire time, but footing the bill for Paul Levesque McMahon's little project. A project that was founded by Dusty Rhodes. Dusty is the real founder of NXT. When you listen to Sasha Banks and the Charlie and all of them talk about Dusty Rhodes, that's who they say developed their character. Dusty Rhodes worked with them. Dusty formulated NXT, and you had a mastermind right there with them in the name of William Regal. So HHH got to fly on the company jet every now and again down to Orlando and play the role of Papa H and give a Papa speech. But what happened? What happened when shit hit the fan and William Regal wasn't right there anymore and Dusty Rhodes wasn't right there anymore and Vince had other hang-ups and he had to compete against AEW and Tony Khan? He got his ass whooped. He started having these health issues. That's how bad the stress was weighing on him as well. And when he came back, he gets this job. And for the first 4 months, Monday Night Raw, still, has the lowest ratings of all time. They were at 1.4 as an average the last 4 months. That's with or without football competition. Under HHH, they were the lowest ratings of all time. That's not a coincidence. Literally, that is not a coincidence that that would happen. Lowest ratings of all time because nobody cared about the product anymore. It didn't make sense to them. They were confused. It was boring. That's why HHH pulled the worst ratings of all time. Iman Perry. Big time. Big time. Tony Khan and AEW did that. You don't even have to like AEW, by the way. Right? I mean, I don't even get to watch Dynamite every freaking Wednesday, at least not live. But I'll be the first to say that they took on each other, first on different nights, and then they went head-to-head a few times. But Tony Khan up front just whooped NXT. And this dude's never been the same. That's literally, yeah, he got exposed because he didn't have everybody else around him anymore. When he was with the Clique and DX, Vince Russo said everybody went up to him with ideas. Shawn Michaels, even Chyna, Rick Rude. Levesque McMahon never went up to Vince Russo, he said. No ideas. The Clique held him and brought him. When he was with NXT, as the guy, Regal and Dusty and Vince had to hold his hand. And now you see when he's got nobody to hold the hand of, he's a sinking ship. And it's sad, man, you know, because we want the best, you know. You got the change in the guard. We know that Vince had to go away. We know that. Vince was just lost. He just, the passion wasn't there, and he was just worried about the paralegals and where his next fuck is coming from, or NDAs or whatever. But you knew that Levesque, if you truly know pro wrestling, right, and you study it like BC, you knew that Levesque McMahon was not the answer. Unit, to my people who are in this chat that have been with this channel for the longest time, did I or did I not try to warn everybody that this is not going to be the answer, or at least not solely, right? H is going to have to form a team of badassery to have a good product. Because if it's just this dude, it's going to sink faster and worse than the Titanic. I told everybody. But if people don't want to listen, you can only bring the horse to water. You can't force the horse to drink the water. So I'm not shocked that this is happening. I'm a little stunned that it's this bad this fast. There you go. A lot of you guys, man, have been down for, if not day one, the longest time, or at least for the transition. And this, the only one in the community to tell you guys, this is not the answer. Everybody that's throwing a parade because HHH is in charge. You clearly did not follow along with this dude's career. But here we are, man. Here we are. 40 days away from WrestleMania. It's the first Paul Levesque McMahon full WrestleMania as the guy. And it's the worst WrestleMania build in season I can ever remember. By a landslide, guys. This isn't even close. This would be bad if it was like the Backlash season or Vengeance Day. Anyway, Jordan. I agree. That was a long-winded answer. JB, 10 spot, couple of coffees. JB, good to see you up in here, JB. Always good seeing JB. Triple H is taking booking advice from social media. WWE is now a choose-your-own-adventure interactive show. Get those hashtags in, and we'll book what trends the most. Hashtag Paul Levesque McMahon. JB, I know it's all in joking, man. I know that's just to be funny, but that is literally what is happening. So it's art imitating real life and vice versa, because that's what's happening now. That's what's controlling, right? It's like one of those books where you get to choose your finish, right? Or choose your own adventure, as you say. Or like those freaking Disney YouTubers or something, right? Siri decides my day. Or the followers decide my day. What rides I'm gonna ride. What? How is that interesting? What? Now that's what HHH is doing. The fans decide the card. Remember they did that a long time ago? Like the fans got to choose the stipulation. It was like was that Cyber Tuesday or something like that? But like you got to choose what the stipulation. That was so stupid, and thankfully we never had that back. That's how much of a colossal fail that was. JB, salute. Jonathan S. 2-spot. Have they even made a Hall of Fame report yet? Jonathan S. No. That is a hard no on that one, Jonathan S. Yeah. I don't know if you're still up in the chat, man, but no, they didn't mention anything about the Hall of Fame. They just said that it's going to be on the Friday before Mania. It's going to be right after SmackDown, and they've announced nothing. No names, no information, nothing. Oh, was it Cyber Sunday? My bad. What'd I call it? Cyber Tuesday? Cyber Sunday. That's what it was called. I don't know why I was thinking Cyber Tuesday. Or was it Tuesday? I know there was a Tuesday night in Texas that was Undertaker Hulk Hogan for the title. Hold on. Did I miss a membership chat? Make sure I get all my gold members, man. Santivia Major, James from Fajitas, Carlos Ray, Jordan, Eric Leno, Mr. Big 200, Scott McMinn, Deontay Thomas, Pimp Jesus, Cassandra Love, Jack Brewer, DeMonte, Ty Drew, Brad Boyer. A lot of gold card up in here, man. I love to see it. Dante Jaron 23, Ron C 23. I got Deontay Thomas, right? Christopher Blackshear, Ash Stegmeister. The Stegmeister. Eric Leno, man. Eric Leno, one of the first people up in this chat, man. Right before we even went live, I was setting up. I saw Eric Leno up in here. So Eric Leno, salute, bro. JB and Sir Charles. Guys, I'm going to let you go with a half an hour left before Raw. I don't know why. I probably am doing a disservice to you right now. I probably should just stay live and I'll entertain you. But you know what? I got things to do before Raw even hits the airwaves. Until next time, and there will be that next time. It'll be Monday Night Raw's review. That'll be within the next 24 hours. Maybe I can do that live, but I don't know. That's going to be stretching it. There was other things I wanted to talk about, but this took up the whole time. You guys were amplified, so we had a lot of super chats, a lot of good discussion. I put up an upload a few hours ago. Make sure you check that out. I'm basically booking for Paul Levesque McMahon and trying to do the undercard for him. Shouldn't have to do that. But Seth Rollins, man, the other things I wanted to talk about real quick, I'll just tell you, Seth Rollins is once again freaking taking some jabs at CM Punk. Fragile mind, fragile body, fragile ego is what one of my good friends once said about CM Punk. So who was Rollins talking about, guys? Do you know? Because I can't recall. But Seth Rollins said to CM Punk, he was asked about this in Australia, and Seth said, that's what I tried to tell everybody. Fragile mind, fragile body, fragile ego, and now he's got to work twice as hard if he wants to be in my league. So I forgot who... Oh, was it Moxley? Okay. Prime Killer. Moxley. Oh, so that takes on a life of its own, then. Former Shield man. So he was saying what Mox said, bro. Damn. John Moxley. So he just recited Moxley's promo. Ooh. Sethington, man. While poor CM Punk is home and he's all up in his feelings, right? He left a heartfelt message about missing the Elimination Chamber. And he just had a really rough day, and he's just kind of all up in his feelings. And Seth Rollins went for the knockout punch. And then what else was I going to talk about? Maybe I got to look at my own freaking detail, huh? Oh, Triple H and John Cena in hot water. Yeah, well, that's just based on Ryback. Ryback is saying that he knows a story between Triple H and Caitlyn. Caitlyn was... HHH, by that point, already had some backstage power, and some presents. And I guess he was kind of, he was doing something with Caitlyn, I guess. And Ryback says that he knows stories, but for now he's not going to say anything. And he said also John Cena, and for some reason Alex Riley is involved. We know they have a beef, but John Cena, he says he's got stories as well that lead into the Vinnie Mac thing. So I don't know. It's Ryback. Take it with a grain of salt, but that's wild. And then the only other story, I'll leave you with some comedy, right? It's a Melty Boy report. According to Melty Boy, the latest word is that Seth and Cody could take on Rock and Roman at WrestleMania Night 1. Thank goodness for Melty Boy speculation. None of us could have ever even thought that Cody and Seth might take on Rock and Roman Night 1 of WrestleMania. Thank you, Melty, for that amazing reporting. On that joke, we'll be taking off now, guys. Much love and respect. Until hold on. Did I miss I got a member chat, and that's 13 months. There's no way I'm not going to salute that. Who is that? That's Deontay Thomas. 13 months with that gold, that shiny gold card after his name. Deontay Thomas, I appreciate you, brother. 13 months, even longer than that, he's been with the channel, by the way. Deontay Thomas. We've just had memberships for about 14 months. But Deontay says, where does Cody go after if he loses again at Mania? It's Paul Levesque McMahon. They'll insert him in any stupid thing, and because the families and the kids will cheer for him anyway, and Paul Levesque McMahon feels he doesn't need Cody to explain anything, and Levesque McMahon doesn't need to explain anything through Cody, you're just going to probably get Cody versus Tozawa the Monday Night Raw after Mania. Or you'll get Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. I mean, I joke, but I'm not joking, Deontay Thomas. Because the real answer is who knows. Levesque McMahon surely doesn't. But half jokingly and half serious, you probably just get Dominic Mysterio and Cody on Monday Night Raw after Mania. A Mania which could still see Roman as champion to go for Hulk Hogan's record. And maybe Paul Levesque McMahon has Cody come to the ring with 2 rubber chickens. That's his new gimmick. Cody the Chicken Man Rhodes. Deontay Thomas, appreciate you, brother. Big time. And all the support. And to all you guys, man, I appreciate it. This has been an amplifying, just so much fun on this upload. It was supposed to be less than an hour. We're over an hour and a half. That's how much fun we had. And now there's only about 20 some odd minutes before Raw. So BC's going to gracefully bow out, do some other side work, go get another fresh coffee. Actually, I got to take a little road trip over and get a coffee, do some things, and hopefully I can make it back in 25. We'll see. But there's a lot to do still, and then Raw, I'll be doing my due diligence on the notes. Come right back to the channel within the next 24 hours. Make sure you're subscribed, notified, all that good stuff, and you'll be the first to know if I do go live. But either way, you're going to get an amplified Raw review, because this is unacceptable, and I'm not standing for it. This is bullshit booking. It's not good in the middle of the summer. It's not good going into the holidays, and it's sure as fuck not good going into WrestleMania. Absolutely not. Salute, everybody. Till next time. And there will be that next time. BC. Yeah. Saying check you. Peace. Salute. Salute, guys. Salud.